afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Around the Game Wednesday edition, and tonight in the studio I am with Wal, a player of Bushcourt basketball team and one of the founding members of Solid Basketball, Solid Skills Basketball.
Skill basketball.
Yeah, you're very welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for hosting me.
Okay, are you fine?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. Why and how did you begin playing basketball or getting involved with basketball?
My love for basketball developed long time. Yeah, but I didn't take an action to play immediately. So I developed the interest of basketball in 2009, but I didn't have a chance to play. I was in Khartoum, Sudan, and there were not many courts. So there was only one court, and it was really far from home. So my first time to bounce a basketball was in 2009. Yeah, and because the court was really far from home, I couldn't make it all the time to the court. So around 2010, I came to Juba in April, and also there was no basketball court. There was only one at that time.
In the whole of Sudan, in the whole of Juba, there was
In
only
Juba,
one court.
yeah, around 2010, there was only there were two courts. There is a court called Nimratalata, that's like our YMCA. Then there is another court called Juba 1. Juba 1 is a girls' school.
Okay.
Yeah, and also where I used to stay in Juba was also far from home. It was far from the court.
Yeah.
So around September 2010, I came to Kampala, and I was going to high school. The reason I came to study, and when I was in a school called Standard High School Zana. So when I went to the school, I saw a basketball court, and I was like, okay, this would be a time for me to play. Yeah, unfortunately the court was not good, and I had a friend who was also a basketballer. It's called Wal Deng. So
This is Sudanese.
yeah, he's a Sudanese. He's my good friend, and he was my schoolmate, and he used to play on court. So also I got inspired from him, and from there I continued. I started the game. Yeah.
So did you have a coach at Standard High?
Unfortunately, we didn't have a coach. There was no coach, and the court which was there, it was in a bad situation. It was just a marum court, and we just used to, after classes, we go and just throw the ball. We don't even know the rules. Yeah, the walks, the travel. So I was staying in Intinda. So there is some friend of mine who is my classmate. He also stay in Intinda.
Okay.
So he told me there is a court called Victory City Church. There is a church called Victory City Church. There is a court there. Then I was like, are you really sure? Then he said, yes, there is a court. So then I said, okay, when we get holidays, I'll go and see. So when we got holidays in the first term, that was around May 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went and checked the court, and I thought they used to pay money. So I went there and I asked at the reception, do they pay money here? Then they said, no, you don't pay, you just come and play. Then I said, okay. I was really excited and happy. So I went on Friday. So they told me to come back on Monday. That's the time they resumed playing, because it was Friday and there was no playing. So I came on Monday. I found a lot of guys that were playing. Some young guys, I think you know them by that time. There is Mehdi.
Yeah, Mehdi.
Yeah, Kasa Ahmed. There is Mark Bamutende.
Yeah.
There is Chugundu Francis.
Yeah.
There is Prosper Wathum. There is Semotimba Ronald. Yeah. So they were young guys, so they used to come on court. At that time there was a pool table at the corner.
Yeah.
And there was a coach who was playing pool table at that time, and that was Ronnie Mutebi. So he you know, it is holiday time, and you know, high schoolers, they come and many on court, everyone want to play.
Yeah.
So, and at that time we didn't have the skills of basketball. Yeah, so he saw us and we were many and we were young, and also he knew that at that time he was the coach of Rhinos. So he called us and said, do you guys want to play basketball? Then we said yes, we want to play. And he was asking where do we stay. We told him that most of us we stay here around in Tinda. Yeah, especially me, I was new. Maybe he knew the rest of the guys. Yeah, so from there he gave us a schedule and was like, you guys, for you guys to learn, you need to come early. Come like around 3, so that I can train you guys like for 2 hours. When it comes to 5, the bigger guys are going to come.
Yeah.
So that's how I started basketball, and the rest of the guys, they started. He started training us.
Yeah.
So that's why I actually got a coach to teach me skills, and he was my first coach. I'm proud. Yeah, Ronnie Mutebi.
Okay, tell us about some of the teams you've played in Uganda.
My first team I played for is called K Dolphin, Kalinabri Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah, I was staying in Tinda, and there is a school called Kalinabri Secondary School, and they wanted to start a team in the league at that time. That was around 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the students in that school are my friends, like Medi, Mark, Francis, Sema. There is one called Ato. Yeah, then there is another one called Jerry, Tom. Yeah, so there is a coach called Koma. He's the coach of YMCA now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was coaching Karen Avery. So they wanted to register a team in the league, and because of these guys who were in the school, and my home was near to the school, so I had to join the team, and I was part of that team. So that was my first team.
Okay.
So I played for that team from 2013 to 2015. Yeah, then in 2016 I joined Bushcourt Basketball Club.
Okay.
Up to now I'm still playing for Bushcourt.
So you've been in Bushcourt since
2016.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about basketball in Sudan.
Basketball in South Sudan is growing, but at first, as you know the history of our country, we had a lot of trouble when it comes to war. So basically, the country was divided into regions. Yeah. So the current South Sudan, it used to be called Southern Sudan region, and Southern Sudan region, that's where there was war. Yeah. And basketball was not really active. So when the country got separated, that's how now we had only 2 courts at that time in Juba. Then there is another court which was in some place called Wow, that is in the greater Baharagazar region.
Yeah.
Then there is another court in a place called Malakal. Malakal is a town, is in Upper Nile region. So we used to have it's called interstates. Yeah, states here in Uganda, the districts, but in South Sudan we have states. Yeah, so we have 10 states, and those 10 states, we used to have a tournament for those 10 states. If you're from that state, you need to represent your state, and it was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at that time, basketball, like, the structures were not really good, but people used to play for their states.
It was competitive.
It was, what I can say, it was not a league, it was just like a tournament. Yeah, and it was really competitive. I remember there is a state called Unity State, where KD Garwich, the one who played for Warriors,
Yes.
yeah, where he come from, their state they really used to be good.
Did he participate in that tournament?
Yeah, he played, but at that time he was a junior, so he was playing for junior.
Okay.
Yeah, but his state was really good.
Tell us about the difference between basketball in South Sudan and North Sudan.
Basically, in North Sudan, basketball is not popular. Yeah, most of them they don't take basketball serious.
Are they also tall guys there?
Not really. They're not really tall and they're not really short. So their height is average, and really mostly they love football so much. Yeah, so the love for the game of basketball is not so popular compared to South Sudan. South Sudan, the love of the game is beyond, and also because we have our legends,
Yeah.
it has also pushed young guys to they want to be like our legend like Manute Ball and Wal Deng.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did the war affect basketball in Sudan? Or
Yeah.
sports in general?
Yeah, the war affected basketball in South Sudan because most of the structures, infrastructures like the courts in other states, they got demolished. Yeah, like Juba is okay, but other parts of the country, like the good example in my state where I come from, is called Jonglei State.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have a good basketball court, and when the war broke out, the court was demolished. Yeah, because fighting and tanks are moving on the courts will get cracked, and so most of the courts got demolished because of the war. So the infrastructure has really became bad, and so now there is no way for basketball to be good because everything is bad. It's only now in Juba where everything is okay.
Okay.
And also most of the players, because most of the good players actually don't come from Juba. Yeah, most of the good players come from other states. Juba is only like a capital like Kampala, yeah, where everyone just gather. But if you are looking for talent, at that time you go deep to the states, you go deep up countries to go and look for talent for a good players.
Okay.
So now it's hard now to get a talent in South Sudan because most of the kids they left basketball, and their hope of basketball has gone away from them, and also some of them they're in refugee camps.
Yeah.
So there is no way for them to continue with basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm very sure there may be very many refugee camps in Sudan.
The camps I know in South Sudan where the refugee camps are like in three states.
How big are the camps?
I didn't go there, so I'm not really sure about the size of the camp, but in Juba, I've seen the one in Juba at the UN headquarters in Juba. It's a big one.
So are there any plans to begin basketball in those camps for the little kids?
Yeah, at the moment what the government is trying to do is they're trying to preach to the refugees. They call them returnees back at home there to get back to their houses, because since there is an agreement which has been signed with the both parties, so now there is no war which is taking place.
Yeah.
Instead of remaining in the camps, the government want them to leave the camps and go back home so that they can start their normal life instead of getting stranded in the camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you are now a basketball coach in Uganda. You coach a couple of teams. I know you're a coach at Kisu, Kampala International School, Uganda.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what made you fall in love with coaching? Was it Ronnie Muteru?
Yeah, my journey to coaching started in 2015. That time it was a holiday, and I was just idle at home, and Ronnie Mutevi had a camp, so he sent some friends of mine, He had a camp called Elevate Basketball Camp.
Yeah.
So since he has been training us and he knows, he has seen some characters of other guys, so he sent some guys and be like, hey, you go and call Wal on Monday, we have a basketball camp.
Yeah.
And I was like, how would I manage? Because me, I'm a shy guy, and also I don't know how to talk to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that time, I didn't know how to talk to kids. So I was really worried. So when I came on Monday, even talking to kids was really hard. Yeah. So he started pushing me slowly until just thing happened.
Okay.
So it's the reason why I'm the coach at the moment.
So why did you fall in love with coaching? What is your goal?
The reason I fell in love with coaching, this is like, it's like a teacher. When you're teaching something and you pass information to someone, you feel like you have contributed to someone's life.
Yeah.
So I fell in love in coaching because I also want to improve on lives of other people.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I did not get that opportunity as a person, and if there is a way I can help another person to get the opportunity I didn't get, yeah, it will be a win for me. That's
Okay.
why I fell in love with coaching.
Yeah, so you're also one of the founding members of the basketball camp called Solid Skills Basketball. Tell us about the whole organization.
Yeah, Solid Skill Basketball is run by two people. It was founded by two people.
Okay.
Yeah, Akech Roy. I think you know him, Akech Roy.
Yeah.
And me myself, we are the founders of the program. The reason we founded the program, we wanted to improve on the skills of the players. So most of our players, so most of the South Sudanese, not only South Sudanese, but most of the kids, they don't have the skill. You find a kid who's really athletic, he can do anything, he can block, he can dunk, but we need to teach them fundamentals of the game, like how to handle the ball, how the right technique of shooting and things like that. So that's one of the reasons we wanted to improve on the skills of the players, and we wanted to, after improving the skills of the players, we want to create for them opportunities like scholarship. If there's school which they want to offer a scholarship for players, this is the way to reward them. After training, you become better, so you get awarded by having a scholarship. Yeah, so improving on the skill of the players, create for them opportunities, and also teach them other aspects of the life like leadership and other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many players have you guys been able to help in terms of scholarships?
Yeah, the statistic is really huge, and locally we have help. Yeah, indirect and also not indirect and direct. We have managed to help players here in Uganda and also overseas. So the numbers are quite many. And
do you have any players in specific you've really helped to go abroad or something, or locally?
Yeah, locally we have players who they have gone to schools like Budo, have gone to school like Bethel Covenant College.
Okay.
And schools like Chibuli, because coaches here in Uganda, some of them are our friends, and when they are looking for players, when they want to recruit players, they always contact us. Do you have a player? If you have a player, we send to them to their camps, and they see whether the player is good.
Okay.
If they feel like this player is good, it can fit in their team. They get the opportunity for the player.
Okay.
So the schools are quite many. Yeah, and in America I don't want to mention names, but let me mention the names. Yeah. Yeah, the people who have managed to help their likes of, you know, KK.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Kutai Keth.
Yeah.
And also
That is Kedi's young brother.
yeah, that is KD young brother.
Yeah.
Then there is another one called there is a Tanzanian one called Silva. It was in our team last year for Kampala Rockets.
Okay.
And there is Majuk. There is Majuk. There is Manyang. There is Madid. There is Chol. There is Cod. There is Ring. So the numbers are quite.
It's just increasing every time. So
increasing all the time.
These kids are in schools in the States, in America.
Yeah, most of them they go from here to high schools. Yeah, so the main idea is for them to go to high school. So when they go to high school there, it's up to them now to work hard so that they can get a scholarship to go to the college.
Okay.
So our job is for us here to make them get high schools in America. When they get high school, it's up to them to work hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the criteria like for a player to be drafted? Can I use the word drafted or taken abroad? What criteria do you guys use? Do scouts come to Uganda? Do you send videos like to different universities outside there or schools outside there?
Yeah, we do have contacts with a couple of players, a couple of coaches and scouts in, let's say, in America. So every time when they're in need of players, so the first thing we do, we send a video of the player. Yeah, so when they like the player, they will tell us, okay, you send us the passport of the player. We want to see how old is this person. Yeah, so after that, we send the document, the academic document of the player. So when they get all those information, what they do, they send something called an I-20. An I-20 is a document we use for applying for a visa as a student.
Okay, in Uganda.
Yeah, in Uganda, in American embassy.
Okay.
Yeah, then also there is a host letter where the player is going to stay. Yeah, and there is they call it acceptance letter in America, but here we call it an admission letter. So acceptance letter, an I-20, a host letter. So those are the things. So when they send back those information, now we'll be able to apply to the embassy, and in case if the player is lucky and he gets the visa, he goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very, very good program you guys have over there. So you've had an opportunity to watch basketball in Sudan, of course also basketball in Uganda. You've grown up in Uganda. So tell us about Ugandan basketball. What do you think about Ugandan basketball?
Ugandan basketball is, I think, is moving well. It's really advancing in a good way. I think what it just needs to be done, we need to focus on the grassroots mostly, because now most of our idols they're growing old, and we need to have like programs to nurture players, not only in school but like let's say academics. Yeah, where players during holiday they will work. Yeah, so coaches, they really need to focus on the skills of the players. That's what is important. So if they improve the skills of the players, that's how the continuous generation of basketball will continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there any challenges you guys face when trying to help kids, trying to nurture the talents?
Yeah, indeed, we face a lot of challenges. Like when we want to do a training, you have to hire a coach. You have to pay for the court, and also you need to have equipment like balls, cones, speed ladders, hurdles. So all those things, they require money. Yeah, and also the transportation of the players. Most of the players, they don't have money to bring them to where they're supposed to practice. So it's quite a challenge for us.
Okay.
Yeah, and also a motivation for the coaches, because most of us, we work as a voluntary work. We just volunteer. At the end of the day, we have bills to pay. Yeah, so we as coaches, those are some of the challenges we are facing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What courts do you guys use when you're in Uganda? The basketball courts you have access to?
Yeah. There is before the lockdown happened, we used to use different courts. Sometimes we use YMCA. Sometimes we use Agape Baptist Church. Sometimes we use the school which is in Entebbe Road. It's called Bethel Covenant College. Yeah, but it is a school. So sometimes you don't just practice, because most of the times players will be in classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only during holidays we train at the various locations like YMCA, Agape Church. Yeah.
Okay. So earlier on, when you stepped into the studio, me and you had a conversation about, you said a 16-year-old player who is at your camp and is about 6, you said 7'1".
At the moment it's 7'1".
And he's 16.
In January he was 7. Yeah.
Okay, so you told me this kid is about to travel somewhere.
Yeah. Early in January, we went to Senegal in the NBA Academy. We were invited for a tryout.
You traveled with him?
Yeah, I traveled with not only him, but
Other
2
players?
more. There were 3. So
Okay.
we went for a tryout in Sali in NBA Academy. So among those 3 from our players, he was the one who was selected. So we came back. We came back together, because the process was still on of admitting him. So the process of admission, it got done in March, and his letter of acceptance was sent on 18th of March. Yeah. Then after 2 days, lockdown happened. So he was supposed to travel at that time. So lockdown happened. So we had no option. So now the airport, we've been waiting for airport to open, and we heard on Sunday from the president that the airport is going to open. So hopefully at the end of this month he's going to travel.
I want you to explain to the viewers about what he is exactly going to do in Senegal. You said he's going for a basketball camp. So after the camp, is he coming back to Uganda?
Now he's a student. Yeah, he's a student of NBA Academy Africa. So NBA has a lot of academies all over the world. They have an academy in Latin America, which is based in Mexico. It's called NBA Academy Latino.
Okay.
Then there is NBA Academy Global, which is in Australia. Then there is 2 NBA academies in China. Then there is 1 NBA academy in India, and there is NBA academy in Africa, which is based in Senegal.
Okay.
So what they do in the NBA academy, they train players there, yeah, and players, they study from there. But when it comes to the games, they play their games in America. They play their games all over the world. They go to Australia. They go to Europe, like in Paris. They go to Mexico. They go to Canada. Yeah. So basically, in Senegal is the home for training and where they study. But their games, they play outside.
So when they go to play outside, that is where they can have an opportunity to get scouted.
Yeah, when they go for the games, they go and play against the top high schools in America, because NBA Academy is mainly high school. It's not a university. It's mainly high school. Okay. So when they take a team to America, they go and play. They go and play other top high schools in America, and scouts are there.
So if you get scouted, the academy lets you go.
Yeah, when you get scouted after you finish your high school
in Senegal.
In Senegal, So you finish your high school, because most of the players who finish from NBA Academy, they're all playing in Division One in America, Division One universities, which is called NCAA.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you finish, and if you're finished and you're a good player, and you have impressed the scouts during your high school time, you get a top college.
So they're in Senegal, they're basically already in high school.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have to first get done with the high school,
Yeah.
then they can move on.
Yeah, then they can move on.
Okay, that makes sense.
But they keep traveling to America. Like in 1 year, they can go to America like 3 times in 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Then you face challenges with the parents in like maybe your basketball academy, explaining to them what their kids are going to do outside, how you guys are going to be practicing with them at Kavira. Do you face any challenges with the parents?
With the practice, there are some parents who are concerned about the. You mean now, before the lockdown?
No,
or
even after, before, and everything. Like,
yeah, there are some parents who are scared about the conditions of their kid. You know, some kids are stubborn. They leave home and they want to go and do other things that they would like to their parents. I'm going for training, yeah, and they don't go for training. They go and do other things. So those stubborn kids, their parents, they will talk to you. They will say, is my son really going to go for the training? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yes, we talk to them and we explain to them. So, and we tell the players, if you're coming for training, make sure you come only for training. If you have other businesses, don't come in the name of training, because you don't need to lie. Yeah. Yeah. So, but when it comes to other opportunities, like let's say a player get an opportunity outside, yeah, we engage the parents. We talk to the parents, and also we make the people who want to give the opportunity to the kid.
Yeah.
We also make them. We also connect them with the parents so that they understand, because we don't make the final decision. It's their parents, because at the end of the day, it's their kid.
Yeah.
So our job is to create for them opportunities. When the opportunity comes, it is their parents to decide whether they want their kid to take it or they don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you about the Sudan League, basketball league. I don't know if there's a league in Sudan. I don't know if Sudan is part of the Zone 5 region. I'm very sure you know about the teams in Kenya, some teams in Tanzania, Rwanda, of course,
Yeah.
Uganda. But for Sudan, I don't think we quite know lots about the Youth Sudani League. I just know about basketball. I know only one club in Sudan called Cobras. I think I knew it because of the tournament that happened in Rwanda recently. Tell us about the Sudan League. Are there many clubs in the league, or I don't know?
In South Sudan, it used to be, it was not a national league. It used to be called a Jubek. Jubek is a state where Juba is the capital.
Yeah. So
it was not like for a federation. It was not like a national league like here, National Basketball League.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the new federation now, there is the new league. The national league is going to be established. But the league which was there before, yes, there is a league which was taking place, and they have like around 10 teams. It's only one division. It's not like here we have NBL, we have Div 1, we have Div 2. So here there are like 3 divisions.
Okay.
But there we have only one division. Yeah. So the league is. I did not play in the league there, and I didn't have like enough chances to watch the league properly there. So I have know a lot of information about it.
Okay.
But
so we expect to see a bigger league moving on.
Yeah, at the moment the bigger league is going to happen because the new federation is trying to make things work better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's trying to make things be a bit professional.
Okay.
Yeah, and also they are trying to make they're trying to pressure clubs. Yeah, if you're a club and you have to be having a sponsor, you have to be paying players good money. Yeah, so those are some of the things the new federation is trying to do, and I believe the league is going to be really strong.
Okay, so I don't know if you agree with me, but the number of Sudanese players in Uganda has really improved. It has grown. And of course, now you have a camp. If you go to different schools all over Uganda, you're going to find different Sudanese players in the National League.
Yeah.
Does the local federation in Sudan support players in Uganda in any way?
Not really. Everyone here is on their own, and maybe the new federation is going to support now, but the old federation was not supporting.
Okay.
Yeah, so everyone here was on their own, and they were, you are like, you improve yourself when you look for opportunity on your own. So there was no help, and maybe the new guys who have come in, maybe they are going to help.
When you talk about new guys, who do you mean exactly? Who's the current president of the federation?
The current president is Wal Deng, the former NBA player,
Okay.
and the general secretary is Mariel. Yeah,
Mariel?
Mariel, who played for Pemba Warriors in 2016.
Yes, he actually began from Crane High.
He so these are people who have played the game and they know knowledge about the game. Then there is another guy called Deng Biar. Deng Biar is actually the owner of Cobra Basketball Club, which is I think is one of the most professional clubs
in Sudan.
In Sudan,
Okay.
In South Sudan. They really have good facilities for training. Like they have good courts. They have 2 courts and they have their own gym. So it's the financial secretary for the federation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I hope when they approach you in future, you're going to tell them one of the ways you can help us is by constructing a court for us in Uganda where we can call home, because it will actually make it easy for you guys. And I'm very sure it's possible.
Yeah, exactly. They also need to consider the guys who are here,
Yeah.
because everyone who outside the country, here we have majority of the player. We have many South Sudanese who are in high school, and also who are in university, and also who are playing in the league.
Yeah.
So it will be good for a new federation to do something for the guys who are here, and so that at least they feel like they're part of
the family.
family.
Actually, Mariel is a student of Ugandan basketball. He learned
Yeah.
everything from here, so it will only be wise for him to at least help other countrymates here. Then, how has basketball impacted you guys' lives?
Me as a person, it has really improved on me as a person. It has really improved. It has really improved me. Me, I was a shy person. Yeah,
Okay.
like in class, I don't used to talk. Even if I know the answer, I will keep quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I can command people. Yeah, I can talk to in front of players. I can sit them down. I can give them advices. So it has really helped me as a person, and also I've got to learn the character of the people. Yeah, when you're a coach, you need to know your players. So there's some characters I've learned, and it has taught me how to study people. So it has really helped me.
Okay. So I'm going to get a little bit personal. Do you have an all-time NBA team?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
With my all-time,
Yeah.
I'm going to start with the point guard.
No problem.
Yeah, with the point guard, I'm going to take Steph Curry, number 1.
Okay, number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is going to be Jordan as a shooting guard.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan.
Number 3.
Number 3 is going to be King James.
Okay.
LeBron.
Number 4.
Number 4 is going to be Hakeem Olajuwon.
Number 5.
Number 5 is going to be Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh my God, Deng is not even in your 5. I've got you. Okay, let's go to your all-time local 5 players.
My all-time local 5 players, with number 1, a point guard. I'm going to start with Jimmy. Yeah, I'm going to start with Jimmy Nabo.
Okay.
That's my number 1 point guard from the point guard. Number 2, I'm going to with a shooting guard. I'll go with Sudi.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is my
Number 2.
my number 2. My number 3 it will be Omon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Number 4. Number 4. Ikong does not play 4. He plays 3,
Yeah,
but
he plays
I
3.
can put him as
Number 4.
Yeah, as number 4.
Okay, then number 5.
Number 5, I will take Desmond.
Desmond Owili.
Yeah.
Soro's not even there. Soro's not there.
It depends on the position.
Maybe a substitute or something.
Yeah, but on the position when it comes, I'm basing according to the position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then do you have your greatest all-time player?
My greatest all-time player is LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then another question I wanted to ask you earlier on, do the legends, when I talk about legends, I'm talking about Manute Bol, I'm talking about Wal Deng, and just to mention a few, how are they helping Sudan basketball right now? Are they giving back to the public outside there?
I think I will start with Manute Bol. Manute Bol retired long time ago,
Yeah.
and the time he retired, the country was still at war, and there was no way for him to do anything with basketball in South Sudan. So what he did mainly, he contributed to. Actually, he spent most of his NBA money on giving supporting the humanitarian work for people like refugees who are in South Sudan. So he has that's why he has contributed.
Okay.
Yeah, with Wal Deng has a program in Juba. It's called Manute Bol program, where he has built 3 basketball courts in University of Juba, and he named the court after Manute Bol.
Okay.
Yeah. So the program is funded by Wal Deng Foundation. Yeah. So he has contributed on that way, and the program started like around 2015.
So
And
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. So, and it's having some great results.
Okay.
There is some great work going on, and at the moment he's our president. So for him to come back after retiring and try to do things for people at home, that's a great
Yeah,
contribution.
it's a plus.
Yeah.
Then back to you, your parental influence. What did your parents really support you loving basketball and doing it like the way you're doing it these days?
Not really. They have no even idea of basketball. They don't know even they know nothing about basketball. Yeah, so it is just on my own. And
So do they know you love basketball? Do they support you?
the only way they supported me is by when I request I wanted shoe. I want some gear. Yeah, why do you want them? I want to go and play the game. So that's the way
That is the only way.
Yeah, that's the way that I've helped.
Okay, so you basically know we're living in the time of Corona.
Yeah.
You know how it has affected us negatively, the sportsmen mostly. I don't know when there was no basketball league in Uganda. I don't know if there was a basketball league in Uganda. I mean in Sudan this year because of Corona.
Yeah, this year, according to the rumors I hear at the moment, the league is likely to start next month.
Next month.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to look at the camera and advise your brothers outside there, your friends, on how to keep safe during this time. I don't know. This is the camera. Yeah, look at the camera and advise people to keep safe.
I think the message has been preaching all over the media about how to be safe and about the virus. You need to put on your mask. That's an obvious case, and you need to wash your hands. And I know social distancing is a bit a problem, but you need to find a way to make yourself safe. Yes, so it's only God with us, but you need to do your part as a person. You need to really be number one caretaker of yourself. So don't hear rumors where there is a person, people didn't die because the corona is the lie. Corona is there, but if you want to know it really is when it gets you. So don't be a victim for you to believe the virus is there. So be safe and stay well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, lastly, I want you to advise again. I know you're a role model to a lot of kids outside there, your fans, people back home. I want you to advise them on how they can become successful in basketball in their lives as men or women.
Yeah. To my brothers out there, your mentality needs to be really, that's the main thing. Yeah, you have to believe in yourself. You can do something. So if you want to be a better basketballer, make sure you be a good listener. Make sure you take advice from anyone. Yeah, whether this person you believe that you know more than that person, but you need to take advice from all corners. So that's the only way to get better, because if you feel you know everything, then you will not reach where you want to be. So I want you to be humble and be a good listener.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Wal, a very, very influential player in Uganda. That has been Around the Game Wednesday at 4 p.m. I guess I will see you again on Sunday, but please do not forget to subscribe. I'll see you on Sunday. Have a good night.